Dear Christopher, I said that I wanted to explain to you why I went away when I had the time to do it properly. Now, I have lots of time, so I'm sitting here on the sofa with this letter and the radio on, and I'm going to try and explain. I was not a very good mother, Christopher. Maybe if things had been different, maybe if you'd been different, I would have been better at it, but that's just the way things turned out. I'm not like your father. He's a much more patient person. He just gets on with things, and if things upset him, he doesn't let it show. But that's not the way I am, and there's nothing I can do to change it. Do you remember once when we were shopping in town together? And we went into Bentl's, and it was really crowded, and we had to get a Christmas present for Grandmom. And you were frightened because of all the people in the shop. Well, it was in the middle of Christmas shopping when everyone was in town. And I was talking to Mr. Land, who was working on the kitchen floor and went to school with me. And you crouched down on the floor and put your hands over your ears, and you were in the way of everyone, so I got cross, because I don't like shopping at Christmas either. And I told you to behave, and I tried to pick you up and move you. But you just shouted and knocked those mixers off the shelf, and there was a big crash. And everyone turned around to see what was going on, and Mr. Land was really nice about it, but there were boxes and bits of string and bits of broken bowl on the floor, and everyone was staring, and I saw that you had wet yourself, and I was so cross, and I wanted to take you out of the shop, but you wouldn't let me touch you, and you just lay on the floor and screamed and banged your hands and feet on the floor, and the manager came and asked what the problem was, and I was at the end of my tether, and I had to pay for 2 broken mixers, and we just had to wait until you stopped shouting. And then I had to walk you all the way home, which took hours because I knew you wouldn't go on the bus again. And I remember that night. I just cried and cried and cried. And your father was really nice about it at first, and he made you supper, and he put you to bed, and he told me that these things happen and that it would be okay. But I told him that I don't think I could take it anymore. And he said that I was being stupid and said I should pull myself together, so I hit him, which was wrong, but I was so upset. We had a lot of arguments like that, because I often thought that I couldn't take it anymore. And your father is really patient, but I'm not. I get cross even though I don't mean to. And in the end, we just stopped talking to each other very much because we knew it would always end in an argument. And that felt really lonely.